Okay. Um, I'm gonna talk about the new upgrades made to cjmines. So from a player's perspective, nothing really changed. Um, but from an architectural perspective, a lot has changed. So previously, and how most people think about games is that like there's a computer somewhere else running an instance of the game, and you connect to that directly. Um, Maybe if you've played other games like CS:GO or whatever, um, you might kind of understand that that's not really true because Valve kind of owns those servers, the official ones at least, and you're going through some sort of system that then gets you connected to a server. So, so most people understand that there is kind of like a coordination layer that gets you like a server to play on. And that's pretty much what I've built here. So I call the coordinator an orchestrator. I don't know why, that's just what I called it. And so an orchestrator now, what it does is it sits there and um, you can create a room inside of that. And in that room, you configure settings about what you want to play. And then once you're happy with your settings and people have joined that, then you can say, okay, let's play that now. So yeah, um, that's the new architecture. Is there anything else I want to say here? Oh yeah, the benefit of that, especially for like, especially if you're someone making a multiplayer game and you're not a large company that has huge server infrastructure, but you still want to support like people coming in and playing. The problem is with that, you would have to have enough dedicated servers ready for people to join, and potentially if more join, then you need more servers to run. And this is where like the distinction between a server and an orchestrator makes sense. So I usually talk about like the computer, that's like the physical thing it's running on, and then you have servers can run on the computer and orchestrators can run on the computer. So usually what happens is if you start like if you want to launch, I don't know, Minecraft server or something, usually the simplest way to launch servers is like you just like put an executable on a Linux machine and you just run that executable. Um, and that's usually like the easiest way uh, for most games. But then like if you want to run two at once, then you have to start that process and put an ampersand at the end to like put it in the background. And then you're no longer like keeping track of it per se. Like if it crashes, you don't know. You'd only know if like people complained that like the server went down. So there's no like kind of system on top of the existing servers to keep track of them. Um, so yeah, anyways, an orchestrator system is important, especially for small groups of people making games and they want to support people playing their game without like having to specifically launch enough servers for that to happen. The orchestrator can handle making servers when it's required. So one other thing is that like we have a directory server, which I'm going to launch now. The directory server would be an always running server, and whenever an orchestrator starts up, which starts now, we can see that it sends out metadata, and the directory server now knows about that um, orchestrator. And then when you start a client, you'll see that there's no available games, so I'm going to create one. So I have my room here, and then I start up another client, and what we can see is that when we click multiplayer, there's a game, empty name because I just didn't set the name yet, and then you just click join, and you can see that like I can change properties and it's synchronized across that. So like you can talk with the people, be like, hey, let's do like a bigger board, or let's do like, let's do more mines or something. So we'll do 2020 with 100 mines, which is a quarter of it. And then you just ready up. And of course, like this UI isn't perfect. There's obviously overlapping things and some sketchiness, but that's not the point right now. So both people are ready, it queues up, and then now you're in the game, so you can just start playing Minesweeper. And then if you mess up, game over, and you get kicked back. So what it just is, it spawned like a new process on that machine. And another benefit of like this type of system is you could kind of try and make like one server that can run multiple instances at once using multi-threading. But I don't know, like in my mind it just feels cleaner to like spawn literally new processes. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.